Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Melvis, and on this channel we inspire people with various styling ideas for different outfits. I do natural hair tutorials. I do encourage young believers sometimes with what the Holy Spirit lays in my heart, and also I do vlogs several times. Today guys, we came with the Q&A session. This is something I've been avoiding since I started this channel, and I thought that maybe why not now that we've just reached 200 subscribers. So I want to say thank you to all of you guys that have been following me on this journey so far. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Let's continue to do this and share my videos and support a girl here. Let's go to 300 guys. So yes, let's take a couple of minutes, and when we come back we'll get straight into Q&A session. So on to the first question of where I'm from. Like I already told you guys in my first video, I am from Cameroon, from the northwest to be precise, and from a village called Com. And just so you guys know, Com girls are the prettiest in Cameroon. Argue with your keyboard or whatever, but yeah, I am from Com. I come from a very big family. We are 6 of us to my mother, 5 girls and 1 boy, and I'm a twin, if you didn't know, and the last twin to my mother. We have 2 sets of twins in my family, and yeah, I am the last. Yeah. So the second question, why did I choose Romania? Okay, this was in 2019 when we lost our father, and life became very difficult at that time. And you know what, my sister was just like, we really needed to leave Cameroon or something, and we were looking for a place where because we spent a lot of money from my father's funeral and everything. So my sister was just like, she was like our father, our mother, our everything. So she was like looking for a place where studies is not so expensive, and where it doesn't complicate so much to get a visa. In Africa sometimes it gets really complicated when maybe you want to go to a country and you're denied a visa and stuff like that. So first of all, we wanted a place where studying was affordable, and where it's easier to get a visa. I mean, for a start. So, and I had someone here, my brother Israel, who recommended Romania because he was here already. So it was easier to get admission here because he helped with the process and everything. So yes, I chose Romania because first it was affordable, and secondly it was easier to get a visa to Romania. The third question, guys, how do I find Romania? I will say this about Romania in all honesty. First of all, Romania was a communist country, and they tend to be very closed, and they still have these racist tendencies, unfortunately. So it's hard for foreigners to, especially black people, to integrate here, because you will still meet a Romanian who hasn't met a black person before, and then look at you like, I don't know, you're from Mars or something. So they still have these racist tendencies, I would say, even though some of them, a handful of them, are really nice. Apart from that, I really cannot complain. Also, it's very hard to live in Romania because of the language barrier. To get a job, if you don't speak Romanian, it becomes hard for you and stuff like that. And then with the jobs that you even manage to get, the wages very low, guys. It's just hard, but they don't pay well here. And imagine if you're living in Romania and you're living in an apartment where you have to pay in euros and stuff like that, and what they pay you is not even up to, or it's not even enough to pay for your rent, to pay for your bills, or if you're a working student and stuff like that. So life gets very hard in Romania. But you know what, we are trying, and we cannot complain because we are not where we wanted to be yesterday. So I mean, every day we have a reason to be grateful, and we know that life gets better with time. So the next question, do I have a boyfriend? These are the questions I've been trying to avoid. Why I didn't want this session, but you guys want to hear it. I don't have a boyfriend. The Lord is my strength, guys. But please, I'm not sending anybody to my DM. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm happy living my life. Okay, have I gone on a date with a Romanian? Uh, to be very honest, I've always avoided going on dates with Romanians. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I like being at home, or sometimes when they text me, I just really like feel like, what do we really have in common, or what are we going to talk about, or I don't want to waste my time and stuff like that. But there was this guy that I went on I mean, I don't know if it was a date or it was a walk or whatever. We worked in the same company, and I mean, that's the closest I've been with a Romanian. And several times we hung out, and it was okay. It was okay. Nothing extraordinary. Nothing that I mean, but yeah, no. So the next question, which is my favorite city in Romania? I would say that it's Cluj, which is the city I currently live in, because it's much more welcoming and warm, especially to foreigners like ourselves. You know, Cluj is a city where you have a lot of students, and a lot of people here speak Romanians because it's mostly populated by youth. So it's open, it's more welcoming. So it has to be my favorite. But I would say that if you're in Cluj, maybe because you want to adventure, or you want to visit nice places or to live your life, I would recommend Constanta. It's expensive, first of all, but it's really nice. You have a lot of beaches, you have a lot of places where you can hang out. So guys, if you're in Romania, or if you intend to come to Romania, if you want to leave, come to Cluj. If you want to experience life and just live your best life, go to Constanta. Question. My worst experience in my previous relationships. Bam. That's deep, guys, but let's see. I think that the worst experience I've had in a relationship in my past, I will not specify which or whatever, it would be dating someone with different values, or who doesn't, whom we are not headed in the same direction, or who doesn't have the same values like I do. So I've had this problem in relationships in the past, where I first of all, you already know that I'm a Christian, and I'm very personal about my work with God, and intentional with the things that I have to do in a relationship, or about pleasing God. So I have dated people I have dated someone in the past who was not very spiritual, I would say. And it was already a problem, because I had to force him to, let's pray. I had to force him to study the Bible. And sometimes he will even argue about a lot of things, like why do we have to pray when, bad things are still happening? Just this kind of situation when you feel like you're agreeing on nothing. Like, what am I doing in a relationship with someone who has a problem with praying, who has a problem with studying the Bible, who has a problem with me not wanting to, have sex before marriage and stuff like that? So it becomes very difficult. And I would say this to anyone who, is dating someone who doesn't have the same values as yourself. I would just say you should leave that type of relationship, because it could get toxic. It will make you, either you compromise on your values, or and sometimes girls always have this tendency of, because this guy, I'm scared that this guy is going to leave me, so I have to compromise on my values. I want to say this to any girl out there. If you are dating a guy, for example, you've said that you don't want to have sex before marriage, and that guy is like, okay, it means you don't love me, or if it's either you have sex with me or our relationship comes to an end, please break up with that person. Any guy who truly loves you, I mean, it gets hard for some guys, but any guy who really loves you, girls, he will wait for you, he will value you, and he will respect your values. A guy loves some girls, a girl who has values and who sticks to them. So any guy who is making you feel like, okay, uh our relationship is not headed anywhere because I refused to have sex with him, and so I should just have sex with him, you're in the wrong relationship. He doesn't love you as much. And just having sex with him is not a guarantee that your relationship will last. So yes, my worst experience was dating someone who didn't have the same values as myself, who didn't understand that, I was all about doing the things that I'm convicted that I should do, or I was very a person who Who was intentional about waiting? Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I answered your question, but yes. The last question, where do I see myself in 5 years? It almost feels like an interview, doesn't it? But this question, um, wow, guys. First of all, in 5 years, I see myself fulfilling purpose in ministry that God has called me to. That's the first thing I. Secondly, I see myself being a professional event planner in 5 years. God be my helper. I see myself also in a relationship, maybe married, and with someone who is fulfilling purpose with me, with someone who is by my side, and we are living out God's plans for our lives. And I see myself. I don't like this question. So, guys, I'm still trying to digest the previous question I just answered, but yes, this comes to the end of our video today, a Q&A session. I hope that you did get to know a little bit about myself, and yeah, hopefully we'll be doing more of this in the future or in the subsequent videos. If you haven't subscribed to my video up to now, my channel, please do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you're notified each time I put out a video. Thank you guys so much for staying with me today on this one, guys, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye, guys. I didn't say I'm the girl with the curly hair.